This is Brendan Ward, the founder of Growtoro. I'm with Dan and Z, the owner operators of the Flowering Sun Ecology Center in upstate New York. Flowering Sun Ecology Center is an organic mushroom farm that cultivates mushroom and other produce. How are you guys doing today?
We're doing awesome.
Great.
Awesome, awesome. Tell us a little bit about the farm before we get into it.
Well, we do mixed vegetables. We also our main cash crop is culinary mushrooms, gourmet mushrooms. We grow oyster varieties. We grow gnocchis, lion's mane,
Nice.
and most of our customers are within 200 miles. We go up to Albany. We go into New Jersey, down into New York City. And it's kind of a community farm. We have a lot of people that come through and help us, and our vegetable production is mainly for our local community, and then we
Cool.
focus on our mushrooms to really get them out to the broader community.
I love it. Well, thanks for the intro there and overview. So let's hop right into it. As we were hired by you guys to help with lead gen, awareness, filling the pipeline up, getting more retailers and restaurants and stores on board to buy from you. So let's give a little context here for the viewers. What was your team doing with lead gen, sales, outreach before you hired Grotoro?
Sure. So before Growtoro, we were doing everything manually ourselves. We had to find all of the customers. We, used the internet mostly for that. We had certain criteria. We would make all these long lists, and then we would spend many, many hours reaching out to all of the customers, setting up meetings with decision makers, and then we would go in person to those customers and show them our product, and then hopefully convert a sale from there. So that's what we were doing before Growtoro.
Okay. And so it sounds a little inefficient, spending most of your time kind of just manually trying to find the right people to reach out to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it wasn't as efficient, and there's just a lot of customers that you don't even know that they're there. And I think that
Y-
was one of the
Yeah.
big
Exactly.
things.
You can't find most of the customers, you can't find them on Google. And like even when you're searching on Google, or even if we're using ChatGPT or some AI
Yeah.
software, we're searching and we're doing a small area, then all of a sudden you go there and there's actually a bunch more places. And Grow Toro is definitely able to like really expand our reach into all of the nooks and crannies, and then also into some like huge whales of clients that we never thought that we could get, or we had tried to get. We had sent them emails, we had made calls, but we never got through the barricades um, that were there.
Absolutely. And that brings me right to my next question was just like give everyone a high level overview of your just raw, honest experience working with myself and the Grotoro team.
Yeah, so working with Brendan and JP, they're extremely efficient and quick, very responsive to emails. They got us set up very fast on their platform. It's pretty user friendly. I consider myself, kind of tech savvy, but it was really well explained where other employees on our team could also use the software. We gave them a description of our customers in a short call that we did together. And then Brendan and JP wrote all the copy for it. We had an opportunity to edit certain things that we thought might maybe a good idea to kind of change, and they implemented all that feedback. And then they launched the campaign, and they were super responsive the entire time.
Awesome. Yep. Yeah, that's what we pride ourselves on is just taking all the annoying, frustrating ground level heavy lifting out of the way so you guys can focus on what matters most, which is connecting with customers, closing accounts. So on that point, tell us about some early results. Let's talk about just lead flow first. How were the leads in the first month? How many did you get? What was your follow up with them? Let's dive into that a little bit.
Yeah, I don't have the exact numbers right now, so I don't know if you want. I could get the numbers and then we could redo
I
this.
mean, yeah, I'll give you. I know that we produced roughly over 100, I believe, 110 leads. So that's just like a positive reply, a store, or restaurant being interested. So yeah, I guess dive into the experience. Just closing the gap on those. Maybe how many you were able to onboard, and yeah, just your general experience, kind of working the leads.
So I would say we were able to get 5 new accounts fully onboarded into the Flower
Awesome.
Sun, database. One cool thing about it is that some of them were in places we weren't even selling to before. So it opened up new avenues for us, like new delivery routes, new
Yeah,
places where we could expand, where places where we didn't even know there was the opportunity. So that was really cool. And then these customers were wanting us to go there. We weren't soliciting. We weren't just going to a customer and just like, selling them something, but these customers really wanted us to be there. So it was just a really nice
absolutely.
experience to kind of do that.
Yeah, I mean that's a big deal.
Yeah.
When it's not just like you're bothering them, you're hassling them. It's like they want your product, which is it's half the battle for you right there. That's a big deal, guys. 5 accounts, 1 month of campaigns. So, shed some light on just some numbers here, some ROI. Like, what's the customer acquisition been like? How's that translating to revenue? Give us some numbers here.
Sure. So in the first month, we were able to secure 5 customers for our business. That translates to about 60,000 in top line revenue for the year. And these
Nice.
are recurring customers. These aren't one-time sales. So, that was great by itself. However, we're also, because of Growtoro, in the talks of one really large chain, a
Mm,
chain that I would personally never have reached out to, just based on, the size of our business. But because of what Grow Toro does, it just like finds all the potential customers, goes into every little nook and cranny, and it gets to the right person at the exact right time. So this really big customer, they invited us over. We had a meeting with their entire team. They loved us. They were
wow.
saying, it's amazing that you reached out to us at this time because we are literally just now switching to a new mushroom distributor.
Wow.
So absolutely perfect time. They want to roll us out to all of their, franchisees.
That's
And
amazing.
yeah, we're still in the works with that, but that has the potential
Wow.
to be like, I don't know, but like 5,000 a week type of deal.
20K a month right there. That's
Yeah.
not bad. I mean, that's what I would classify as a whale, right? I mean,
Yeah.
and that's why we do this. Like you just don't know the stones you're gonna turn over when you do this kind of outreach in great ways. You just get these big surprises that come out of nowhere. Like you said, you would have never thought or done that kind of outreach to that chain on your own. But since it was just being done automatically for you, it just got dropped right in your lap. And you guys did a great job. You ran with it, you're closing it. That's a game changing account right there. And that's why we play this game, is to just get more of those accounts for you guys. So very happy to hear that. That's fantastic across just 1 month of campaigns. That ROI is absolutely massive. That's not even taking into account the pipeline we generated. So go over that for us. Like that's 5 closed accounts in the books, money's coming in. Discuss the pipeline. Like how many other accounts are you working? Do you think you can close in the coming weeks and months? What do you think on that?
Yeah, so I would say a lot of the accounts, because right now, for some context, it's the winter time, which is the
Yeah, it's a
slowest
slow
time.
season. Exactly. We did this in the slow season.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And there's an advantage to that because, the restaurants are slower, so they have more time to,
Yeah.
talk to new potential vendors. So we have a number of clients that said, we're really interested. Please reach out to us in the spring. We
Nice.
also have a number of clients that are in a location that we don't currently service. Right now, we're mainly in New York and New Jersey, but we're also exploring other delivery routes, delivery areas. So we have a whole list set up for a different demographic that as soon as we're ready logistically, we're going to open that up. So
Love it.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and additionally, the pipeline, it's all set up. We were a little new with pipeline management, so
Yeah.
Brandon and his team, they have everything set up with new leads, someone who's interested, if they responded, if we visited them, and yeah, it makes it really um, it makes it really easy for us to see what's happening.
100%. And that's a good kind of segue into my next question here. If you had to pin down just like one aspect, of your favorite aspect of working with us or Growtoro, what would it be above anything else, would you say?
Hmm. Favorite aspect.
I mean, I would just say the ease of working together, like you said, like a lot of the heavy lifting and like the difficulty navigating the technology and like just the difficulty getting a hold of somebody at a distributor that, and then,
Yeah.
or at a restaurant or wherever it is, that is kind of taken care of. And then the follow up is also taken care of. And like we were, our brand is like organic, local. So we were like a little bit nervous that we might be, pestering people. And like, we
Yeah,
talked with you about this early on. You were
absolutely.
like, don't worry about it. You assured us that it would be fine. And, that's definitely the case. Like we haven't had any complaints from anyone. If anything, people have been like, well, you didn't follow up fast enough. Like, where have you been? Like, we wanted you
Yeah,
to follow up and like been waiting for you to call us back. And so just like, anyone who's doing this, definitely get ready to just like put the pedal to the metal and then get it
yeah.
done because you're gonna need to really, follow do a lot of follow up and there's gonna be a lot of people reaching out.
100%. And that's the thing. I remember you guys, one of your first objections and concerns was like, oh, I don't want to like annoy people. And I was like, guys, you have an unbelievable product. You're actually not annoying somebody. You're doing them a favor. By introducing your organic mushrooms, these places really need them. They're buying national and from brands they don't trust that aren't ethical or sustainable. You're bringing them something great and valuable to their life and their business. So in essence, you really are doing them a favor. And I think the light bulb went off in your mind when I said that. You're like, absolutely, confidence went up. We launched these campaigns, and honestly, they just crushed. And that's the benefit of what we do. And you mentioned before, like just going online and typing in Google and manually trying to find places. It's a nightmare. It's too hard. We've got proprietary data scrapers that we use to find these places. We set up a great cold email engine to just do all the heavy lifting and outreach. And as you can see, it really works. So to wrap this up, what would you say to just another produce, vegetable, farm type company interested in working with Growtoro? What would you say to them?
Just do it. I was super
Simple.
skeptical. It took me a little while. I think Brandon, you were with us, closing us to work with Grotoro for about like a year or
Yeah,
something, and we were about to jump on, and then we got cold feet, and then we were about to jump on again, and it took a number of meetings, and then we're like, okay, well, what's the worst that can happen?
that's it.
It's
Right.
like $1,000 or whatever. It's the amount of like a fraction of the cost of a salesperson. So
Exactly right.
let's just try it out. And we did, and we were very impressed with the results.
Yeah,
100%.
we really started looking at like the cost of a salesperson weekly, the cost of doing sample drop-offs that don't give any return, the cost of just, driving around and trying to find places. And like when you add all that up over the course of a month, the leads that are generated with Growtoro are just uh, far superior. And and like I'm sure like it takes there's some time and then running more campaigns and like
Yeah.
really continuing to uh push the sales. And yeah, we've been very Dan is super skeptical, like he said, in general. And so
Yeah.
uh
Especially of salespeople.
especially as salespeople, whenever I pick up the phone and it's a salesperson calling the business, he's like, hang up, what are you doing? Don't talk to them. And I'm like,
Exactly, 100%. I mean, that's the fear. That's what a lot of or mushroom, vegetable, farm businesses have is like, how do you find like a local reliable salesperson who's going to show up every day, work hard for you, generate leads? You're going to have to pay them much more than you paid us in the campaign. And
Yeah.
there's no guarantee they care or work. They could just be getting a check and bouncing to the next farm. So that's how we like to position our services. It's just a salesperson replacement, and we come equipped with all the technology and data that, you know, a salesperson could never have.
Brandon
So
genuinely wants to help. You know, he has a big heart, and he's genuinely trying to help
that's
you.
right.
So I think that's the big difference between working with Growtoro and, you know, some other company.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, we were also like when we started the campaign, and then we were able to tweak the searches too. We were like, well, like it's pulling up a little too many of like these places that are a little bit outside of our demographic. And then you made some adjustments and then made some more adjustments, and like we're really able to hone in very specifically to the clients that are really going to want our product. So yeah, there's personalization there, and the ability to tweak things at, you know, at no extra cost and
Yeah.
easy to work with. So we really appreciate that.
Absolutely. Well, appreciate that testimonial and that review. You guys are awesome. I plan to continue working with you guys and vice versa. I hope to scale the relationship and just take over the whole tri-state area and have your mushrooms in thousands of places. That's the goal. So thank you guys so much for the time and for the feedback, and look forward to continued work together.